Thank you for being here this afternoon. Today is a special day, a bittersweet day. We've been here fighting in honor of Bailey and to protect all people dealing with intimate partner violence. It's been a long but quick journey. Getting this private member's bill passed as quickly as it has is not something that happens very often. It's been an uphill battle. We've needed to get all parties on board to get this through, and at times that's been a struggle. I wanted to mention people from my province. I know it's not throughout Canada that I can name names, but in our province in the last 2 years, Tatiana from Vernon was murdered. Laura Gover in Saanich was murdered. Pamela Jarvis in Merritt was murdered, as well as Alexa from Penticton. We're here because of what happened to them, and what happened to Bailey is absolutely unacceptable. We live in a country where we should be safe and protected, and especially from an intimate partner who should be there to love and protect their partner. And that doesn't happen all the time in our country. And we need the government to step up and do something about this. It's an epidemic, and I'm absolutely honored that MP Caputo agreed to name Bailey's Law, Bill C-225, Bailey's Law. She will never be forgotten, and her daughters will know that she has left behind a legacy that will make a difference. It's required so many people. I want to thank Frank, Steph, Rofi, and Jesus from Frank's office. They have been there for our family through all the hiccups, all the stressors that we've had to go through this last year. They're like family to us. Senator Manning sponsored our bill in the Senate. With his whole heart, he stepped up and he helped usher this through, along with Senator Hosakis, Senator Martin, Senator Batters, and many, many others. We can't thank you enough, and in the words of Mr. Frank Caputo, this isn't the end, it's just the end of the beginning. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Debbie. You know, it's been a real honor to walk with you and with Bailey's family, and we can't forget her daughters that she leaves behind. When I was approached by members of Bailey's family to take this on as part of a private member's bill that I had already drafted, it came as a surprise, but a pleasant one. To me, this is the most consequential change to modern legal history when it comes to the law of intimate partner violence. First-degree murder will now happen in so many cases of intimate partner violence. That, to me, is a huge step forward. And also naming this offense, violence against an intimate. I want to thank the family so much for all they've done, for all their advocacy. I want to thank all the MPs who stepped up, all the senators who stepped up, the family for their advocacy, for not taking no for an answer. Thank my staff. I know the minister's staff as well did a lot of work on this. We are so grateful to have gotten it this far. Thank you all.
So, Mr. Caputo, good to see you. I think you and I have spoken about this, and with Bailey's family and loved ones, we've met and spoken about this. So I would ask more a high-level question. What were your methods, what were you able to do to get a private member's justice bill through to royal assent? That is a very, very rare thing. And I'm looking at my 25 years on the Hill, it's almost unicorn level. So what were you able to do and to move both houses to get this bill passed?
Well, I'll say it was tenacity, on behalf of my office and with the support and in conjunction with the family. We were having meetings, so many meetings. If you go back to the initial debate, there were real questions about whether this bill would be supported. And here we are 10 months later. So to get a bill passed within 1 year of Bailey's tragic murder, July 4th, it's something I'll never forget. We had meeting after meeting with the minister's office, with senators. Debbie has been working tirelessly. Other family members have had meetings. When the family asks for something and they are as tenacious as Bailey's family has been, it's very hard to say no. We don't always see that on Parliament Hill. I think that was the key, was the support from the family.
And what was your way of getting through the Hatfield-McCoy Conservative Liberal split that exists on so many bills? How were you able to appeal to the government side to get them to make sure that your bill just in the language at second reading?
Well, part of it was that we had to have those meetings again to tell people this is what this bill is about. But not only that, we had to be open to amendments. If you look at the initial bill, it's substantially different than the bill that was passed. And that's why I say this isn't the end, it's the end of the beginning, because there's more work to do. We have to work on more things from bail when it comes to intimate partner violence. A lot of one-on-one conversations. People have this idea that politicians, liberals, conservatives, we don't get along. A lot of the time behind closed doors, we have very constructive conversations. And I was able to participate in those conversations with the family. They don't always materialize. In this case, I will say we were unrelenting. This had to pass.
I think Mr. Lord has a question.
What's the timeline like for this becoming the law of the land? When can families across Canada expect this to be part of the justice system that they experience?
30 days from now, the criminal code changes. Last year I got a copy of the criminal code because I authored a private member's bill, and it was introduced by Mel Arnold, and together we got it through the House of Commons and the Senate to change the law on child pornography to call it child sexual abuse and exploitation material. That will again happen this year. When we get our 2027 copies of the criminal code, this will be in it. And 30 days from now, because I'm told we just received royal assent, no longer will you have assault being the charge when somebody abuses their intimate partner. It will be violence against an intimate partner. In 1 month, 31 days, if somebody kills their intimate partner when there is coercive control present, they will be charged with first-degree murder. The fact that we were able to do this in a year, to me, speaks to the cooperation, but also the necessity. The intimate partner violence is a scourge on society, and we just don't talk about it. It's like sexual offenses against kids. We just pretend it doesn't happen, but it happens more often than we might think, severely underreported. And I think people were realizing it. Can't tell you how many people stop me on the street. People I know, people I don't know. I had a young teenage boy, late teens, cry on my shoulder. You don't normally see that type of stuff. So when you say, why did this bill go through? How did this happen? That's why, because this is lived experience from people, and with the family support, our support for victims had to shine through, and it did in this case.
Slightly different topic. Could I get your reaction to Bill C9, the hate crimes legislation, potentially passing this afternoon through the House?
I'm just here with Debbie today, and we want to focus on that.
Because we're asking everyone about medical assistance and dying for people with mental health issues. That does not appear to be going forward.
It doesn't appear to be going forward. Again, happy to talk about that another time, but I'm here to speak with Debbie today.
I'm good. You're good.
Thank you.
Thank you both for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.